So Salhany, 2 goals tonight. Taylor, 2 goals tonight. It's nice to get those two guys going.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. Obviously, just to get Taylor back in the lineup, right? He's an experienced guy, a leader in our dressing room that we needed. We missed him last week in Norfolk, and Sal's been coming on. He's been playing really well. Obviously, it's always an adjustment when you come back from Europe, right? In Europe, we play on a bigger ice surface, and when you come back to North America, it's smaller, and it's a different style of game. And you can see Sal now is getting used to it, and he's really picked it up for us.
Some big chances there early on the power play, back-to-back 5-on-3, which you don't see very often. How big was it for you guys? You guys did score one, but how big was it for you guys to score in that first one?
Yeah, it was really big that we got one. I mean, we had a couple more good looks too. We just didn't capitalize on it, but PP got us one, and we talk about if we can get one a game and play solid defensively and do our job 5-on-5, we should be fine. But we should have at least had two on that. Right? It's unacceptable not to get two when you have a 4-on-3 or 5-on-3.
You had a couple of leads, lost them, obviously won the game in overtime, but what's missing there to kind of close that off in the second or third period?
Yeah, I mean, you're up 2-0 at home. There's 5,000 people in the building. You should be full of energy, and you know what? We kind of got away from it and got away from playing simple hockey. Like, you can't reinvent the game and get fancy and get cute. Like, when we're successful, we play a simple game, and we got away from that. Also, it's maturity, right? We got a younger group, and we're going to mature as the season goes on here. But you can see it in their game, right? We got to find a way when you're up 2-0 to get the next one, and then put our foot down and finish that game.
Looking ahead, was this kind of a measuring stick for you guys? Game for you guys? It was a tough team like Reading who's played well to start off the season.
Yeah, they've been off to a good start, right? They're a good hockey club. Like, you look at our schedule, I think Maine's in first place. They're a good hockey team. We match evenly with them, and obviously it's going to be a battle with these guys. And we've been talking in our meetings. We got to fight through adversity right now because we're on the road a lot. Like, we're on the road the next 3 games. Like, we want to get home and get in a routine and be at home like the other teams have played home games, and we haven't really. And we feel are playing in our arena, in our building, that it's going to give us an advantage. But right now, the next 3 games, we got to go fight and find a way to get points on the road.
9 games in, 4 games you take, no overtime. How big is it for you guys? Maybe you guys haven't gotten the 2 points in all those games, but how big is it for you guys just to pick up points early in the season?
It's huge, right? All the points count for the end of the season, right? You got to get as many points as you can now. You never know what's going to happen with call-ups or injuries and stuff, so you got to grab as many. And I think all the teams are in the same boat, right? But we can't keep going in overtime with teams in our division and giving them points too.
Even like you said with call-ups, Squire gets called up, but it seems like no matter what, you guys got a ton of guys who pick up points. It says you get 2 points from Hansen tonight, 2 points from Reed. Reed seems like a guy who's going to be a key piece all year. Yeah,
Reeder's is a good defenseman, right? And he's a young guy also, so he's maturing, and defensemen take time to mature. Like Hansel's going to be a good defenseman, so by the time we get to Christmas time, these guys will have matured. They're going to get better, and that's what you want from your group.
How big is it for you, 2 goalies who have both played really well so far to start off the year, Murder and Brendan? You talked about it earlier in the preseason. Goaltending is huge for you guys, and it's showing early in the season.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make a run or be a good team in this league, you got to have 2 solid goalies, right? You can't burn out your number one. We're lucky we have 2. Like, Brenny's been solid for us. When Broads got called up, Brenny took the net and was fantastic for us. And now Broads come back. He's given us a chance to win every game. He's been solid, and Brenny will get his net tomorrow night, and we'll go from there.
Obviously you scored in the preseason here at home, but your first 2 regular season goals here at home, one of them the game winner. How big is that for you?
Yeah, it feels amazing. I think it's just a culmination of our team playing great. Just lucky enough to be the end result of that, but yeah, we just kept battling. We could have gotten down. We gave up a few leads, and we kept battling as a team. So I like the sign of that.
For yourself, first goal last weekend in Norfolk, 2 more tonight. Feels like you started to get going the last couple weekends.
Yeah, I think individually the game has been there. I knew it would be an adjustment coming back to North American hockey, but it was just kind of have a process mindset. Don't focus on the results. Just keep playing and trying to do the right things, and know that the production will come.
Justin Taylor, 2-goal night. Luke Reed, 2 assists. Jeremy Hansel, 2 assists. How big is it for you guys to get contribution across the board?
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge because if you only have a few guys contributing, those are when you get the tight games and maybe you don't find yourself on the right side. So it's great that everyone's contributing. We need more of that.
2 5-on-3s for you guys there tonight. Back to back. You guys get the goal in the first one, but how big was it for you guys just to at least get one there?
Yeah, that's huge. It's definitely a momentum swing, whether you score a 5-on-3 or the other team kills it. If they kill it, they might get some momentum. So it was huge that we got one.
Obviously, that late goal in the second, Reading gets back into it. Ties it early in the third. How big was it for you guys just to kind of stay with it, to get the game to overtime, and for you to win it in overtime?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we talk about. It's deflating to give up a goal with under a minute left in the period, and they come out with a lot of momentum. And we just showed signs. It's young in the season, but we showed signs of a resilient team that we were able to battle back, get a lead, give up a lead, battle back again. It just shows a strong team.
Reading's been one of the better teams in the division so far. Is this a measuring stick for you guys to get? Measuring stick kind of game for you guys?
Exactly. It's the teams at the top. It's measuring stick. We want to show that we believe we're right up top there with everybody in our division, and it'll be a battle right to the end, I'm sure.
How big is it for you guys? A couple home and homes already this year, but how big is it for you guys to pick a game with this home and home?
Yeah, that's huge. We joke you can't sweep the weekend unless you win the first one. So that's huge, and maybe give us a little bit of energy and momentum. We just got to take care of the body and try and get some rest and get right back to it tomorrow.
Another big night, another sold-out crowd tonight. Can't say enough about these fans.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're so passionate. They're committed. It's great to put on a good show for them, and I'm glad we could get a victory for them.
2 hot goaltenders already this year. Bradden's played well, Berger's played well. How much does that help you guys knowing you got two really good goaltenders in pipes?
Yeah, that's great when you have a tandem and you can feel secure and safe with both of them in net. They're both amazing goalies. They've had hot starts, and it gives us confidence in front of them to play our game.
What's the game plan going into tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think I kind of touched on it. It's about the same game plan. It's home and home, back-to-back nights. It's about getting rest, trying to conserve energy, getting the right nutrients in you, and do it all again tomorrow.
Have you scored an OT winner in this building before?
I have a long time ago. Yeah.
How does this one feel compared to that?
Yeah, anytime you score an overtime goal, it's exhilarating. We just kind of came up with a face-off play, hoping it would work, and it worked out perfect. And just glad that we could finish the night off with a W.
When was the last time you scored 2 goals in a game?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah, 2 empty netters actually.
In the same game?
The same game against Lake Tahoe.
That's great.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that much.
2 for yourself tonight, 2 for Salhany. Just for yourself. Out last weekend. How big was it for you guys for you to get back on the board tonight?
I think it was just good that we got both points in the game. I think obviously not going into Norfolk and taking care of business, wanting to take all 6, only getting a split. So coming into this weekend, we want to make sure that we get a chance to give ourselves 4 possible points. So I think that's what the most important part is.
How big is it for a guy like Salhany? First 2 goal, goal last weekend, 2 here in front of the home crowd. How nice is it to get a guy like him going?
It's super important. I mean, the guy does all the right things on and off the ice. He's one of the first guys on the ice, always working areas where he gets the puck. So it's nice to see him get rewarded. And a guy like that can't stay quiet for long. So,
big 5-on-3 power play goal for you guys. That must be huge.
Yeah, I mean, they're special teams, both sides, penalty kill and the power play. They can win you games, they can lose you games. So obviously, if the special teams is going, it takes a little pressure off the 5-on-5. So if we're doing that, then I think we can be successful.
Reading's had a good start to the year. How big is it for you guys, just as a measuring stick point for you guys to get the win tonight?
They're a disciplined team, especially in their D zone. They're very structured. So, I mean, if you're not willing to go to the hard areas, you're not going to get rewarded. They got good, strong D. They got good stick. So, obviously, it's a good measuring stick going up against them. But, obviously, going to them tomorrow night, they're already thinking about the loss and they're getting ready. So, we got to do the same.
For the overtime for you guys in the first 9 games, how big is it for you guys just to pick up points early in the season?
It's incredibly important. You don't want to be chasing come March where, you're a point or 2 out and other teams and you're starting to watch the standings board, so to speak. So you want to get these wins now. That way when March and April come, if you do have a little slip, you have a little breathing room.